She's talking about my uterus.
My daughter's in active labor, and this is a Franciscan Crown Point being put out in active labor. My daughter's being kicked out of this hospital and she's in active labor.
A mother says she gave birth to her baby in her car minutes after being turned away from a Northwest Indiana hospital.
Video shows her being wheeled out by hospital staff, and she's clearly in pain. Our Asal Razai is live in Munster, where the woman and her baby are recovering right now. Asal?
Yeah, Joe, Erica, the videos the family posted online have quickly gone viral. It shows them at another hospital about 30 minutes away from here in Crown Point. The family says 8 minutes after being turned away from there, their baby was born in their car. 911 dispatchers were on the phone with them and led them here to Community Hospital, where they say they were welcomed with open arms.
My daughter's being kicked out of this hospital and she's in active labor.
This is video the family posted to Facebook showing Mercedes Wells being pushed down the hallway of a Crown Point hospital in a wheelchair.
She's talking about my uterus.
Her family says she was in active labor, but they say hospital staff told her because she was only dilated 3 centimeters, she would have to come back later. Her sister-in-law, Sharice Joy Thompson, says they were visiting family in Indiana, and the baby wasn't due for another couple of weeks.
I feel like my family's rights have been violated.
She says 8 minutes after being discharged from Franciscan Health in Crown Point, the baby was born in the car.
She said, I got to push. And so he was driving with one hand, ripped her pants off with the other hand, and looked down, and he said he could see the baby's head. And he was like, oh my God, here's the baby's head. He grabbed a blanket, caught the baby, and then put the baby on my sister-in-law's chest, Mercedes' chest, and the umbilical, everything was still attached, and they kept on driving.
She says they're grateful for the staff at Community Hospital, where the family is now.
911 was able to call the hospital and give them notice that they were coming, and so there were 15 doctors and nurses outside waiting for them to arrive.
She called her brother a hero.
He was able to, be calm and deliver his baby in that kind of pressure.
She shared how her sister-in-law is feeling right now.
So when I went to the hospital yesterday, when I opened up the door and Mercedes saw me, she just started crying because she feels violated. She feels unheard. She feels dismissed.
And right now, the family hopes hospital staff that turned Mercedes away are held responsible. Franciscan Health in Crown Point says they've opened an internal investigation into the alleged incident. We know right now mom and baby are here recovering and doing well. Live in Munster, Indiana, I'm Asal Razai, CBS News Chicago.
Wow, that's great to hear. What a story that is.
Right.
And the dad, it looked like he just kept driving down the road, one-handed catch, and driving the other one.
Great under pressure.
Yeah.
That's got to be pretty traumatic.
I can only imagine.
Glad they're okay.
Thanks to Sal.
Ooh, baby, I need y'all to buckle up your seatbelts for this one. Because this right here, this is the kind of story that make your blood boil, make your spirit shake, make your ancestors stand up out their graves, y'all, and say, what did you do to our daughter? Honey, we are talking about Mercedes Wells. She walked into that hospital pregnant, in pain, contracting, begging for help. And they looked at her in the face. They saw her pain, y'all, felt the urgency. and heard her voice trembling. You should have heard her crying and trembling. And still, after all of that, they had the audacity to wheel her out like she was a luggage wheel. Man, like she wasn't carrying life in her. Like she wasn't on the edge of delivery. Like she wasn't God's vessel in that moment. And they pushed her into that hallway with coldness. You can feel through the screen, y'all. Oh, baby. That's not even the part that made my spirit jump. It's the part where they told her, come back when you're more dilated. Excuse me? Come back when you're what? Miss Ma'am is in active labor and you're sending her back outside like she came for a haircut. 8 minutes later, 8 minutes later, 8 minutes later. Honey, Mercedes, this woman gave birth in a car, in a moving vehicle on the highway because the hospital refused to do the job they went to school for, y'all. And her husband, oh baby, that man became a midwife, a surgeon, okay, a delivery doctor, a paramedic, and all the time, one hand driving, one hand delivering his own child, one hand catching a head, one hand ripping pants, one hand holding blankets. Do you understand the level of pressure that man was under? The fear, the adrenaline, the prayer that had to hit that car. But you know what's wild, y'all? The baby came out perfect, safe, strong, held by a father who loved her. Even to do the job the hospital refused to do. Meanwhile, the staff back at that place still sitting there behind the desk wondering why the video went viral, why she walked into the hospital. Child, we saw her in pain. We saw her in fear. We saw when she was in need. And y'all just tossed her out like she was an inconvenience on wheels. And when her sister-in-law came to see her later, honey, this woman broke down sobbing. Not a tear, not a sniffle. I'm talking the cry of a woman who was dismissed, violated, dehumanized. She says she felt unheard. She says she felt invisible. She says she felt betrayed by the place she went to for help. And the hospital, oh, now they want to do an investigation. Baby, they want to do an internal investigation. We don't need no internal investigation. We need external, outside federal government, okay? Where is the FBI? Hell, where is the FBI? Because this ain't a mistake. This is not a oopsie daisy. This is not a miscommunication. This is not a medical abandonment. This is malpractice. This is neglect. This is putting a mom and a baby in a life or death situation over what? Nothing. You know how many minutes it takes to lose oxygen? 4. You know how many minutes she had? 8. The fact that that baby survived isn't the hospital glory. It's God's mercy. Meanwhile, Community Hospital, 30 minutes away, had 15 doctors and nurses waiting outside because 911 called ahead. The staff she needed was not the staff she first received. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Let's stop tippy-toeing around this. This would not have happened to just anyone, but it keeps happening to who? Black women. Over and over again. Over again. Story after story. Hospital after hospital. Dismissing our pain, ignoring our symptoms, sending us home, calling us dramatic, saying you're not dilated enough, treating us like we're built to endure suffering instead of built to survive childbirth. This woman deserved care. She deserved compassion. She deserved respect. And she deserved a bed, not a back seat of a moving car. She better sue. I hope she sue. She better drag that hospital from the basement to the rooftop. They better not ever rest until she gets compensated for her trauma, for her neglect, for her endangerment, and her dismissal. Because no mother should ever have to scream, "I'm pushing!" in a car because a hospital refused to help her. This family is blessed. This child is blessed. The father is a hero. The mother is a survivor. But the hospital closed the damn doors.